We'll have some activity around the Twin Cities, but a lot of our attention is going to be given to western Wisconsin and northern Minnesota. In fact, there was a severe thunderstorm warning just posted up in Beltrami County till 5:15. You saw the crawl at the bottom of your screen there. That's going to be for some large hail and some pretty strong winds. Again, a lot of emphasis to the north and to the east. All hazards, still a possibility, but really going to be leaning towards the possibility of some strong winds as well as some hail. And for folks in northern Minnesota, again, still expecting to see some of the hail associated with those isolated thunderstorms we have moving through. In fact, a good line of it moving across the area. So let's start out with a look outside. And again, showing you that our severe weather threat really focuses on the wind as we look to the east in western Wisconsin. And this has not changed, or if there's been any change to it, basically over the past 24 hours, it has been so minute. We've seen the tornado threat drop off, not eliminated, but drop off. That's a good sign. That's always a good sign. But the hail threat has been popping a little further north to also include some of these isolated storms that we're going to have in western Wisconsin. But I would also include that hail threat for our friends in northern Minnesota. You can see just an extensive amount of severe weather, basically from St. Louis right through Chicago, getting up towards Green Bay. That was the first real big wave. And we're going to have some of this isolated storms popping behind it, and a lot of it is going to be found along that boundary where we have the clouds pushing to the east, and right behind it the sunshine, and that's going to set off a boundary. And that's why you're going to see these cells popping up again just a little to the southwest of the Hastings area, even out towards Buffalo. So we're going to get a little quick destabilization to pop those cells, but the bulk of it has pushed to the east out towards Menominee and Durand right now, a couple of cells, and then down towards Rochester. This is the activity that's going to continue for the next couple of hours. We're going to get closer to 7, 8 o'clock. The sun's going to get a little lower in the sky, and we'll see things tapering out. But this is the storm that just popped that warning. These are moving northeasterly at 50 miles an hour. These are moving very fast. And right there, right around Bear Creek, moving northeasterly towards Bemidji. And there's your extensive polygon there. But that's the core of hail right there in that cell. And that's why we have that severe thunderstorm warning. And that's why, again, for our friends in northern Minnesota, these are going to be hailers as well. They're going to produce some hail. You're going to get some pretty good winds too, because it is a rather linear structure. Microcast, again, you'll see everything moving across northern Minnesota, and you're going to continue to see these isolated cells popping up basically from I-35 and to the east. Hail there, some strong winds as well, and real intense downpours. Sometimes these downpours producing upwards of an inch of rain in some locations. Everything continues to drift to the east. Like I said, you get to the late night hours, and it's a nice quiet night. Now tomorrow, more of that strong activity will be just to our southeast, but we're going to be on the northern edge of it. So we're going to get waves of light to moderate showers. Southeast Minnesota still possibly picking up some of those isolated thunderstorms, but our severe weather risk around here will be very low. In fact, this is a big reason why we're going to see a lot less of the severe weather in the forecast. The dew points down into that early spring feel, 6 to 10 days out. We are painting things blue, meaning temperatures will be near or below average for a stretch. We're going to have some very quiet weather in comparison to what we've had the past couple of days. Look at those highs for tomorrow. 60s and 70s, and 74 might be tough for us to reach. Probably going to be a little bit closer to a 70 quite possibly, and it's a lot of 70s and a beautiful weekend coming up.